They said, Steve, how do we build trust and rapport with clients? And the answer the realtor gave was brilliant. He said, listen, you have to do it before they need you or you need them. He said, how I build trust and rapport is I continually offer value to my database before they need me. Hence, he's one of our largest distressed seller lead partners. He's got over 750 distressed sellers a month he purchases from us in LA to be able to communicate. He said, I'm now going to my whole database and saying, hey, here are options. Here are some information. Here's content you can use. If you know someone or you're someone or one of your family members is someone who's in distress, here are a number of ways they can be assisted in this process. He went out and started giving value to these folks, knowing that this is becoming more and more and more a thing before they needed him. When you help someone before you have to or before it's needed, they innately remember who you are and that you cared. All of you out there, if you're a title sales executive, remember how when you first started in title, you grabbed some new realtor who was brand new in realtor, but they had something, they had an it factor, they had good work velocity, gosh, they were likable, they were going to show up every day, they came to every class, and then you and that agent kind of grew up together in the business. That's usually your most loyal client. That's the one that will never leave you. You know why that was? Because you helped each other before you had to or it was necessary. It's easy to want to help people once they're successful. It's easy to want to recruit or solicit business once they're successful. When you help somebody before it's actually needed or before they are who they have become, that's the most loyal, best way to build rapport and trust with any human being anywhere. Got a great DM from an agent out in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you very much, sir, for your DM. He said, hey, how do you find distressed sellers? Well, first of all, let's define distressed. In our world, we generate about 15,000 distressed seller leads every single week. What we have found is distress operates in 3 different categories. You could be behind on your mortgage, which would be one of the easiest and loudest ones. You could be behind on your credit cards. You could be no longer making your car payment. Or you could have one of the 3 of these, or 2 of the 3 of these, or all 3 of these. That is still a distressed consumer. Because overwhelmingly, the only place that consumer can go to satisfy a $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 credit card bill, where credit card bills are at an all-time high in the United States, is the equity in their property. Remember, higher interest rates don't just mean higher interest rates for homes, they mean higher interest rates for credit cards. So now these credit cards are accumulating at a faster level than ever before because the rates are 22, 25, 27%. The only place that consumer can go to satisfy that is to get the equity out of their house, sell it, and then turn around and pay their credit cards off. Now, people have been trying to wait for that time to happen because they have a 3.25 loan, a 2.75 loan, and with loans at 7%, that would double their new payment. But now they can't wait anymore. So we are seeing more and more seller distress. So we go in, we want to make sure we can verify that seller, name, phone number, email address, actual address, look at their level of distress, run it through AI, make sure we know who and what they are, what their activities are. Are they looking at making a purchase decision? Should they be looking at making a selling decision? Then we get that in the hands of our quality agent so that our agent can have a conversation. See, my real estate agents, I want them to be options dealers. They're not just trying to list their house, they're options dealers. Is it a cash offer? Should we rehab this property and get it ready? Should we just find a refinance, get cash out and pay some bills? You are really offering options to the seller. That's why a distressed seller with a quality agent who can give options is the single best person they can talk to before they make a selling or buying decision. Top marketing techniques to get to distressed sellers. Well, number 1, first you have to verify the data, okay? The lead game is a red, shark-infested ocean. The landscape has totally changed. Homes.com has put 151 million people, unique eyeballs, to their site. You can't buy a lead from Homes.com. You can't buy one single lead. I love how their model is. Their model is you're listing your lead. So as an agent, I can't buy it. They believe it's a more pure way for the consumer to search, and by their traffic numbers, they seem to be correct. So how do you market to distressed sellers? First, you have to verify who they are. Name, phone number, email, actual address. And then you've got to come at it with a 4x3. 4x3 is you're going to do a call 3 times, first time you get it, 3 texts, then 3 calls again, and then we're going to add 2 more exceptional points. You're going to drop a cash offer and or VIP home equity report on their doorstep. So you're going to door knock that. And then the fifth piece, you're going to send a postcard calling them to action that they have equity and you have clients who would like to buy their property because of their school district, their proximity to hiking, their proximity to a freeway, their proximity to a school. All these things allow that person to see in multiple ways their home is wanted, their home is needed, and you have options. So you 3 texts, 3 calls, 3 texts, door knock, drop off a home equity report, drop off a cash offer, then send a postcard. 5 ways to engage and ensure your contactability sits in that 43 to 45%. We don't want anybody negotiating with distressed sellers. Your job is to be an options dealer. Your job is to sit down first and understand. Remember, these folks are in retreat. They're running away. They might be going through a divorce. They lost their job. They can't make their car payment. They can't make their credit card payment. Now they're about to lose their house. You're not negotiating with those folks. You are actually asking questions, gathering data, and listening, such as you can add value to their life by being able to say, here are the options we have. And here's the reality. There are more options than ever before. What we have now that we did not have in 08, 09, and 10 is we have equity in homes. People have actual equity that we can help get them out of that. We can create a 10-day cash offer with a 10-day close so they can get this money in their hands in a couple weeks, satisfy their bank cards, satisfy their car, satisfy their loan, and take a little money home with them while they go try to regroup, live with mom and dad, rent, whatever. That's okay. Your job is not to negotiate. Your job is to involve and engage. Your job is to create options for them and let them make the decision that best suits them in the current time. And you can't do that unless you come from a heart to help. You have to want to help folks. You have to want to make an impact for them. If they go to a bankruptcy attorney, they're going to try to talk them into bankruptcy. I want you as a realtor, as a real estate practitioner, as a real estate professional, to involve, engage, and offer multiple options so these folks can make the best decision for them and their family. No negotiating, just giving options.